All right, here we go. Just waiting for this stream to start. Just make sure it's all working. I can see a little issue with my camera here, but I think it'll be okay. Let me just test this over here. Now, for anyone that's just connecting or watching the replay here, I'll explain in a second. But everything looks good. So I'm just going to shrink this down, just test the comments here. Okay, we're good. We're good. Stream is good. Chat is good. Everything is live. I'm going to hit the record button here as a backup. Hey, Chill Pool, thank you for joining. Hey, Leroy, thanks for joining as well. I'm going to go through a big Cardano news update here now. I just spent the last hour and a half recording and I forgot to press the record button. One of those moments again. So instead of recording and editing all of this, I'm just going to do it all live, all mistakes. I'm not going to sit here for another hour and a half record and then do another hour and a half, 2 hours of editing in post-production. I'm just not going to do it. So thank you everyone for joining in on the live stream here. We've got a lot of news updates to go through. I'm covering everything, all these small little infrastructure updates, tooling, announcements from Emurgo, this huge hackathon that they're doing with $2 million worth of funding in the hackathon, which is absolutely insane. And then also looking into the open source smart contracts, both from Indigo protocol and Meld. They've open sourced all of their smart contracts. It's a bit of a trend at the moment. It's getting contagious. And I'll have a look at all this stuff in the NFT space, which is really building out, which I absolutely love what's happening in the NFT space. So again, thank you everyone for joining in. Lots of familiar names here. I know it's late in some parts of the country as well. What is that at the moment? Morning in Europe and Africa. Pretty late in the US. At NYC, it's just after 12:30 at the moment. To LA, 9:30 at the moment. So still some good times at the good time zones at the moment. But yes, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, notification bell if you haven't yet already. Let's get into all this news. So my first news story here is around Orcfax. So Orcfax are building an Oracle on Cardano, and they've got a little bit more information around their reward system at the moment. So if you're wanting to delegate to their stake pool and earn some of their tokens here, you can, and they have their reward calculator here up and running now. Let's have a quick look at it. I actually haven't looked at this yet. There we go. And we can put in your staking address there, get your wallet and actually see how many rewards you're getting. So they've got a full prospectus about this, so you can learn what you're getting yourself into as well. But I do love a good ISPO. I haven't done a good ISPO video in a while, and I will. Now, the links to all the show notes will be at learncardano.io, so please check that out. Now, here we go. This is really cool from Saturn NFT, and I love what they're doing around minting and making the CIP-68 protocol really accessible. But they've added in the extra feature and functionality here to have royalties and payouts for various projects. So when you're minting a project, you have a little policy NFT which says, you know, where the royalties are going to be paid to. So now you can have multiple different addresses here and set the percentage. And we're going to use this in our own project with the Cardano Press Wapus because you know, the artist, Tim, he's going to get a certain percentage of the NFT. So anytime it sells, he'll just get that percentage straight away. So this works really well if you're going to collaborate with a project, other people for your project, I should say, and have those rewards automatically distributed. It makes it so much easier. Yeah, just checking in with everyone on the chat there. So thank you again, everyone, for joining. Now, Nick, is one of the main guys behind Saturn NFT. He's contributing so much to the ecosystem at the moment. I didn't realize he was such a really good developer. I thought he was just a YouTuber, but no, he does a lot more here. And he's added a whole bunch of functionality to the CardanoSharp library. So this is a library for anyone that is building on .NET. So all those .NET developers out there that want to build smart contracts and then now start integrating into their platform, CIP-68, those dynamic NFTs, you can do so. And he's put in a whole bunch more in here. You can check out this library here. It's added so much more functionality to it. So pretty exciting. Really, really cool to see so much development happening and all these contributions to the ecosystem. So really, really exciting to see. Now, another one that is looking into the CIP-68 standards is ADAHandle. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone on the live stream here has an ADAHandle. If you do, please put your ADAHandle in the live stream comments. Maybe I'll send you something. But the team here at ADAHandle are putting through personalizations on your handles. Now, let me just mute that. So now you can go design your actual NFT around it, which is so cool. You can choose your background, put an image in, then it'll have your ADAHandle in the middle, your profile picture, everything up there. And I saw in there, let me just go back a little bit. No, here we go. QR code. QR codes. There we go. I can't get this pause at the right time. But you have a QR code, so I'm assuming you can scan it, you can print it out, so you can have it on your wall behind you, behind me. I'll probably have it up there, and you can QR code it. Maybe people can send assets to your wallet, something like that. So it's really cool that they're putting that all in place. Only thing is that this is probably something that you don't want to send off to someone else. It's something that you'd always keep forever. So it's pretty cool what they're doing. Absolutely love that they're embracing the whole CIP-68 side of things. Now, there are some more details around this with the whole CIP-68 because it's just a regular NFT that they've got at the moment. They will have to upgrade this to be able to extend the functionality. So it uses the CIP-25 standard at the moment, needs to be upgraded to 68. So I'm assuming they're going to use the wormhole or something like it that the Spacebuds team put together, Alessandro put together, I should say, really, and use that to upgrade these NFTs. So there may be 200,000 NFTs being upgraded. That's roughly around how many ADAHandles are minted at the moment. But all of these handles are going to be put through the system and upgraded to the brand new standard. So pretty exciting to hear and see. Now, for those that haven't missed this one here, WingRiders celebrated their 1-year anniversary, and this is pretty cool. They did a big long Twitter thread here that looks back over the year and everything that they have gone through, all the unique functionality and everything they brought to the ecosystem around it. I did an interview with Karan, it's the last video, so if you haven't checked that one out yet, I highly encourage you that you check that out. I'll put links to it and you'll see it in the top right hand corner there. But I've also did a raw interview with Karan as well, and that's for members of the channel. So if you're wanting to get your hands on that one, you can see it on the YouTube channel. Do I have it open? No, I don't. But you can see that there. If you're a member of the channel, only costs, I think, $5. I can't remember what I put the membership as, but you'll be able to gain some extra access to content on the YouTube channel and also on the Learn Cardano website too. I've put in delegation functionality. So now if you delegate to the ADA stake pool, which is my stake pool, you'll be able to gain access to extra content on the Learn Cardano website. Pretty cool. So if you haven't heard this, Book.io have revealed that Mark Cuban, the guy from Shark Tank, the big VC investor, the guy that's lost a lot of money in other crypto projects, is actually an investor in Book.io. So if you weren't really into Book.io before, now that it's been revealed that Mark is an early investor in the project, it's I don't know. These guys are definitely kicking goals. They're making big splashes here. So it's amazing and interesting to see. I am a Book.io holder. I've been a supporter of these guys since the very early days before they even launched anything. I was trying to get an interview with them straight away. But they're definitely going to make big waves in the whole ecosystem. Now, I believe, let me just click on their profile here. They're actually at the London Book Festival at the moment, promoting what they do. There we go. So that's them at the London Book Festival. Really big festival all around book publishing and everything around that. So they're doing some really cool things in the ecosystem and broader as well. I can't wait to be able to actually trade and see you know, some of these normal publishing books and be able to trade them in the future. It's all around textbooks. I think textbooks definitely need to be tradable. Once you finish with them, like you go through school, you finish, you know, your university stuff, you want to pass them down to other students, and this way being able to sell those books, the authors still get royalties, so you know it's a win-win for everyone. It's a digital product too. Anyway, I ramble on a little bit. This one here, Flac Finance. Now I love what the Flac Finance team are doing. They've got their whole ecosystem around them. They've got CardanoScan. If you didn't realize, if you use CardanoScan, it's the same team. If you use Typhon Wallet, same team again. And this one here at Flac Finance is their DeFi product that they're building. It's mainly around the African subcontinent. So if you're in, not African subcontinent, the Asian subcontinent in India. So they're concentrating there primarily and building up DeFi and making it accessible for everyone there. Now, they do have their testnet or their V2 going on, and you'll be able to gain access to this by going through their Discord. Now, you do have to have one of their Marlowe NFTs. If you don't have one, you can buy one JPEG store. I don't think it costs too much at the moment. Let me just have a quick look at it. Their Marlowe Meerkat's current floor price is 90 ADA, so not too much. Some good ones there. But you need to have that, and you need to be able to verify yourself through the Flac Finance Discord and gain that particular role to gain access to the V2 testing. I think you have to download an app via iOS or Android and be able to test it that way. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead. They did do a lot of testnet rewards last time as well. So they managed to send out 2,345 Flac tokens through the testing, and you can see the process there. So interesting, the one there. If you like testing out kind of things like that, I highly encourage you to check it out. Now, Milkomeda, wow, these guys, it's one giant announcement after another, and they're working with the whole Pamir Studios. I had the link here a little bit earlier. There it is. Pima Studios. Now, because they're focusing so much on the GameFi space at the moment on Milkomeda C1, they had to make some changes, or they're making changes to make that gaming development experience better. So lower fees, instant finality, and faster block times. So going from 4 seconds to 2 seconds, which is incredibly fast as it is. Like the Cardano blockchain's block time is 20 seconds. So having that 4 second to 2 second timing is really good, especially for gaming. Like you don't want to be in a game and you win a asset and that becomes an NFT and then you have to wait 20 seconds to 40 seconds. Like you want, 20 seconds to actually mint it and then 20 seconds to receive it. That's way too long. So you want to have instant finality, so instant validation that's on chain, then instant ability to have it back in your wallet. So after 4 seconds, you gain an asset, you see it appear in your wallet. So that kind of thing. So they made some changes. Block size has gone down as well, and you can see all the documentation around this as well. So if you're interested in it and are digging in a little bit deeper, you can. If you're going to develop games on it, check out Pima Studios. They also have a hackathon going on too. Now, just checking in on the comments here. Yeah, it's pretty late in some parts of the world, but it's not too bad. So this actually might be a good time to stream, especially for the West Coast. So it's just after 9:30 there, so pretty cool. Now here for me, it's nice and sunny, late afternoon here in Queensland. Here we go. So this one here is all around NMKR. NMKR, again, just like Milkomeda, they're just doing one thing after another, absolutely kicking their goals and sticking to the roadmap and delivering on what they want to deliver. NMKR doing all the infrastructure around the NFT space. And this here is their white label stores. Now, I mentioned in my previous news update, the entire ecosystem that they're building around the new record store. And I didn't realize at that time that that they're using the NFT marketplace from NMKR to actually make that all happen. So their white label NFT marketplace, and you can actually see in this video here that I went through a little bit earlier. Let me just press play so you can actually see it come up. And of course, the buffering doesn't work because I'm live streaming and it's chewing up all the internet. So you're going to have to trust me there. But it goes through and you can see all the little bits and pieces around how the new record store is all integrated in. Yes, Julian, the NMKR white label is huge. It just makes it so easy for any project to pick up and build their own marketplace. It's like, you can see all these other like ecosystems build out their marketplaces, and it's such a good entry point for anyone that is looking at NFTs. This supports like music NFTs, video NFTs, all sorts of different things. So we're going to see more of it in the future, but to be able to pick up this platform, and it's a no code infrastructure piece, and that's why I like it. lowers the barrier to entry, just makes things so much easier. And it's fantastic. Just love what these guys are doing. I've got another news piece from them in a moment as well. Now, this one here is from Emurgo, and it's really good to actually hear and learn and find out exactly what they're doing in the ecosystem, because they do a lot, but we don't hear much from them. It's just the way that they communicate. So they'll go off and do something huge, like work on AZEN and deliver USDA, and they're doing that in the background. So we heard that at the Cardano Summit last year, but we haven't heard much from it since. And it's just the way they do. Like, big organizations tend to do big PR releases, work with media agencies, instead of just doing tweets. For us simpletons on crypto Twitter, we prefer everything on Twitter every day. So having more of these threads and communications out this way kind of satisfies us. The big media agencies can work on the PR pieces and everything, but here we need this kind of stuff. So they are working on AZEN, the Emurgo Academy, Cardano Spot, which is growing really big at the moment, and doing sponsorship and everything else around it. I'll talk about that a little bit later too, and everything Emurgo Africa. But I just want to highlight this one down here, and this is their hackathon that they're doing. So Emurgo Build 2023 Hackathon is the largest ever Cardano Web3 hackathon organized by a Cardano founding entity, and will award $2 million in prizes. I'm assuming that's USD and not in Rand or whatever, but $2 million worth of prizes, and they're concentrating on 3 specific streams, and this is DeFi derivatives, aggregators, and zero knowledge. So this is very technical. This is high-end kind of development, but $2 million should attract some really good developers into the ecosystem and drive these kind of DeFi products really in the space. So it's something that doesn't exist in Cardano at all at the moment. Well, kind of aggregators do, but we're going to see more of this development out, and with a $2 million prize pool, it's going to attract a lot of people, I think. So if anyone here is in the stream that is potentially going to look at that, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it as well. It's really interesting to see where all that kind of stuff is going. All right, so what else have we got here? I said there's a lot here. I've got a huge amount of tabs. I'm only a quarter way through at the moment. All right, this one here is from the European Cardano community, their last town hall, and this one was with Tony Rose from Atala Prism. So he goes through and talks about everything that the Atala Prism team are doing at the moment, where they're up to. They're doing a learning platform as well, which our Cardano Press plugin is involved in, and I think they might have gone through the launch at the moment, but I don't know where they're up to with that. But we helped them a little bit there. But they also interviewed and had the team from Game Changer on. So this is a brand new wallet in the ecosystem too. And you'll be able to check that one out and see exactly what they're doing in regards to their wallet. They go through all sorts of features, and we'll be looking to integrate this into Cardano Press as well. So I'm pretty excited to see what they're doing there. Now, I'm just going to check the live stream here and make sure it's all working. I really hate the live streaming sometimes, but it looks okay. Do let me know if anything's not working, guys. So the next news story here. Now, this is pretty interesting. This is around the whole SSIDs and digital identities within the ecosystem. And this one isn't specifically for Cardano, but this is what Atala Prism's for. So I thought I'd mention this one as well. And I did an interview with Proofspace as well. I'll put a link to it in the top right-hand corner in the show notes. But Proofspace is a digital identity product, so is Atala Prism, where you'll be able to actually verify your details, like this story here that talks about being able to verify your work credentials, your study history, your school, your academic records, and everything else around it. And that's what digital identities really, really help with. It's a really good use case for it. And here you can see Microsoft have been investing in developing decentralized identity schemes. So, when big companies are investing in it, you know that it's going to be a thing in the future. And LinkedIn is integrating this all into their platform as well. And to have platforms such as Atala Prism and Proofspace, which is built on Atala Prism, out there already, it's really good to see that, you know, Cardano's at the forefront, has this technology. Oh, IMX as well. I should mention IMX. They're all doing this and making it all ready and available for big corporations like this to use to make it actually useful. Please listen to that interview. It's a really good explanation of how DIDs work, the mechanics and everything else around it. You're not actually putting your credentials and identification online. It's a hash of it. So all that stuff is held offline, but you're just using a hash to verify it. A hash is just a unique code that is matched up with your identity. Anyway, I ramble on a little bit. So this here, again, this is another mention from David Taylor, and he's talking about how the NFT space can revolutionize charitable giving. Now, this is pretty cool in regards to what happened at NFT.NYC, and a part of the Cardano community here. I've met everyone here except for Simon in person, but they did a panel at the NFT.NYC about charitable giving and how NFTs are going to be a big part of that. And of course, the Cardano Foundation is working with the UNHCF, or the UN Refugee Agency at the moment, to actually have and build a sustainable method of charitable donation fundraising. And they've got their own stake pool here. So if you haven't delegated yet, you can. I have delegated a bit of ADA to it. So WRFGS, you delegate to their stake pool. It's 100% pool. So you're giving up your ADA rewards, but in return, you're getting governance token. You may get governance tokens. There's NFTs and rewards, everything around it. But you'll be able to participate in the voting governance of how they're spending their money, what initiatives they're going to look at. And they do have a lot of blockchain initiatives in regards to helping refugees and everything around that. So really love the work that the Refugee Agency do. Again, I've got an interview, top right-hand corner there. I'll put a link and reference to everyone so that I can see what's going on there. All right, what have we got next? I'm powering through these, and I think I'm a third of the way through. This one here is around Aiken. So again, I did an interview with Demeter, Lucas from Aiken as well, and they've gone to the point where Aiken is now at alpha phase. So alpha phase has launched. So this is a point where a lot more developers should probably jump in and start playing around with the platform. And you know, the Cardano Foundation is contributing to this. Kotors, who works for Cardano Foundation as the technical director, has been contributing a huge amount of time, code, and effort to all of this as well. Does brilliant Twitter threads. But the Aiken here, these are the problems that it's solving. So for writing smart contracts in Cardano, difficult setup, hugely difficult. Learning curve, Haskell isn't very common, and Plutus, of course, which is built on top of Haskell, it's just all hard to debug, low-level blockchain interactions, and poor interoperability. So how does this Aiken fix it? It does all of this for you. Easy to learn, purely functional, strongly typed, state-of-the-art features, optimized for dev experience, effortless integration, tooling, modularity, and a lot more. Helpful, quick compiler feedback, automatic code formatting. So they just went through and said, let's build some smart contracts on Haskell. This is shit. Let's change this. What do I actually want in a programming language? And then redid it all in Aiken and made it so much easier for developers to build things. So this is a big common trend. So we've got Aiken, we've got Helios, Plutus, and Option as well. So they're like four main programming language alternatives. They're called domain-specific languages, DSLs. And you can use all those different alternatives now, which are so much better documented and easier to develop with to build smart contracts in Cardano. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've got a full playlist on that if you want to watch each one of those interviews. Now, TapTools. Wow, TapTools are really kicking ass. And this is a brand new thing that they're bringing to the NFT marketplaces, the NFT ecosystem. And this is being able to pull in all the data from the marketplaces and actually see how things are trading on the ecosystem. So you can go through all your favorite projects here and see what prices are, what's going up, what's going down. Maybe you can find a buy point here. So just as you would trade with a regular token in the ecosystem, you can now have a look at that same kind of data and use it to be able to trade NFTs. And it's absolutely brilliant. So let me just pull up this, make it a little bit clearer for you guys. So here is the, I think I put it, top losers at the moment. Let's go top 25. There we go. It's nice and fast as well. I don't know how they did that. But you can see here the Earth nodes here are trading at 61,900. That's dropped down a little bit actually. Oh, dropped down quite a bit over the last 30 days. So if you wanted to be an Earth node operator, it's cheaper than what it was. So you can jump in here and possibly get one of these NFTs to become an Earth node operator. I'm waiting this to go down to like 10,000 before I jump in. That's way too high for me. Anyway, you can see all the data here. You can see how all of these projects are going at the moment. They're all going down at the moment. That's probably because if you look at DeFi Llama at the moment, all of DeFi is going up. Let me just quickly pull that up. Yeah, there we go. DeFi, on the other hand, it's all in the green, really. Majority of it's green. So totally different how it used to be. Now this is going back to the programming languages, and this is around Marlowe. And Marlowe is my type of programming language, mainly because it's all UI driven. Let me just full screen this for you. I will disappear for a second, but have a look at this. This is how the smart contracts are developed in Marlowe's playground. So you have your contracts, you have observers, actions, values, pays, parties, tokens, and bounds, and you just literally drag all these out. So you click on actions and you can see what actions you can use. You drag them out here and you can put in your logic. So when deposit by someone gets added in, it has to be amount of 10 ADA. Alice, when Bob does something, so Alice has to do something, Bob has to do something, they both had to contribute 10 ADA, then something else happens. So it's really, really easy to read that and go through that kind of logic and write a smart contract. It just visually makes sense to me. And I was part of the Marlowe Pioneers program. I didn't do my homework, so I managed to get to here. I just didn't have time to do the homework. So I have to go back and play around with that. I'll report back. I'll do videos so that you guys can get a little bit more exposure on how Marlowe works to write smart contracts. You do need to know a lot of other core fundamental development as well. So you still need to know Docker and how to run things on the command line and whatnot. So one thing, Marlowe to write the smart contracts, but you still need development experience and tooling to actually deploy them as well. So it's still a balancing act there. Just checking in the comments here. Eternal Wallet has been a joy to use and explore and function, but I can't receive other tokens other than ADA. Just hold the ones I swap for. John, I don't know about that. You can get any token that you possibly want within Eternal. It's you just send those tokens to your receiving address and they will appear within your wallet. Eternal can support any Cardano native token. So interesting comment there. I don't know exactly what your problem is, but I can pull up my wallet and I can do all that quite easily. Anyway, we digress. That's what we get with live comments. Now, Metera is one of those protocols that is building something unique in the Cardano ecosystem, and this is all around portfolios or indexes. So indexes where there are a group of tokens or assets to make up a pool. So normally in DeFi, you have an ADA and another token. So it might be ADA and Meld or ADA and Maker, for example, and that makes up your pool. In this case, the index will be made up of Cardano's top 10 index. And this is, they call it the Cardano token 10, maybe. That kind of makes sense. Metera Cardano token top 10. Oh, Cardano top 10? Yeah, there we go. Cardano top 10. So that would be a basket of all of those particular tokens, and they've launched on their testnet. So now you can play around with it, experience how it works, see how the mechanics are all in play there. Now you do have to join their Discord to get access, which is fine. So you can see the link down here. I'll put it in the show notes for you guys. You can get to the show notes at learncardano.io. All right, this is a pretty big announcement. This one is from AnetaBTC. Now, AnetaBTC, they're bringing over the whole wrapped BTC over to the Cardano blockchain. And they've been working on the Ergo ecosystem, so they've got this working on Ergo, but now they're doing it on Cardano, and they're here. They're on Testnet. They've minted it. They're live. They're just a little step away from actually delivering this onto the Cardano blockchain. So I'm really excited that this is going to happen. It's going to allow Bitcoin holders essentially to bring in all these assets that they want over to the Cardano blockchain and participate in DeFi there. So it's pretty exciting in regards to that. Now, I do have an interview with Frosty as well. I recorded it a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't had time to publish it yet because of the Easter break. But I will get that one up after this, so you can learn a little bit more about how it all works. There's interesting mechanics, which they call witnesses. It's not a new thing. Other protocols use it as well, but it's a really nice decentralized way of having these witnesses watch the Bitcoin deposit address. So anytime Bitcoin is delivered into that particular address, the watchers validate that and then mint it on the Cardano side. So it's an interesting mechanism of how it works, and it's a two-way bridge. You can move assets in and out. It's nice, safe, secure. I believe it's just finishing their auditing process at the moment as well. So we're going to see this one launch in Cardano very soon. So much launching at the moment. It all is poised around this. This is all really, really good timing. Like, let me just pull this up. This is going off track. Going off my script at the moment. Bitcoin halving. There we go, countdown, that's what I wanted. So this is the date of the next Bitcoin halving. It's 346 days to go. So usually if you look at the cycles and patterns, every halving there is a big increase in the Bitcoin price. There's always that surge. We saw it around COVID as well in 2020, and we saw the massive drive up in price. We're going to see that again, patterns repeated every single time this halving has happened, and we're going to see this on the 30th March 2024. Now, go back to what I was saying. To have all of this stuff in the Cardano ecosystem right now, at this point, we've got these protocols here. We've got the smart contract language really refined. We have protocols such as this bringing Bitcoin over to the Cardano blockchain. It's going to be absolutely amazing to have these protocols in place for the next Bitcoin halving. I really feel that Cardano is in a really good position to see a massive DeFi summer in 2024. Fingers crossed. I could be completely wrong, and we see all liquidity wiped from the chain, but anything can happen. But I'm really hoping and really think that it will come to Cardano this time, this DeFi summer. And hello to Robert, 7 p.m. Hawaii. Thank you for joining in after your dinner time there. Now, Profiler, this is a really interesting platform here. I probably went too deep into this when I was failed at my first recording, but this here looks at wallet addresses, profiles them in a way that you can see what's in the wallet and at a really simple glance. But this is a really good forensic tool. So this is really cool that you could use it to get an address, scan it, and see what's in it really quickly. So I did this a little bit earlier, and there's a whole bunch of other wallets here that were scanned, but you can do this and report an address. So if you were scammed by someone, you could report the address onto their database here, and then it will allow anyone else that has been, targeted in a giveaway scam, been blackmailed, part of a phishing attack, ransomware, malware, sextortion, SIM swapping, whatever it is, this is all recorded on their database. And wallets in the ecosystem can pull out this data and integrate into their wallet. So if you see a giveaway scam and for whatever reason you're falling for it, when you go to your wallet, such as Nami or internal, or whatever wallet you're using, Lace, whatever, when you're about to send that ADA away to that scam, it may give you a warning. And I really love that. in the Cardano ecosystem. So it just gives you that last check. It's like, hey, I know you want to send this ADA, and we will let you do it, but it has been reported on this Profiler.biz website as a potential scam. Do you really want to send it? Now, they have a full API here for developers to actually pull that kind of data in and make that all possible. So it's all there. This is all possible right now. And things like NFT marketplaces can implement this too. So if you're lost all your NFTs because your wallet just got hacked, the NFT marketplace can implement this and say, okay, this wallet is got all of these stolen NFTs. We won't let them list. Or the wallet can still interact with the smart contract, but the actual interface like JPEG Store or whatever can block that from actually appearing on their website. So it makes it harder for them to sell. And of course, if they send the NFTs to another wallet and another wallet again and again and again, all those wallets can be reported. So there's this is really cool. This is a really interesting mechanism. Now, I tried to do this back in 2021. But I don't think the market was quite mature enough for it. But this is pretty well done, pretty well put together. We've got Profiler here. I don't know his actual name. Okay, no name there that I can see. But yeah, he's building something quite interesting. So something to watch, and I will do a full video breakdown of it. Now, AADA recently had a governance vote. About halfway through my notes here, but they did a governance vote recently to allow the NTX token, the token from NuNet, to be now a borrowing option. But this one here, the CNETA, didn't make it through. Now, this one is specifically as a collateral option. So if you're putting in assets, collateral assets to take out something, the community voted no against that. So I think the reasoning for it was there isn't enough liquidity in the marketplace at the moment to allow CNETA through. But it's really cool to see that this kind of community governance is in place, and that AADA Finance is following the community's vote. So really good to see that all in play. And good to see governance on Cardano working. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to Hawaii. Just checking on the comments here. It's been a while since I've been to Hawaii, but I think if I make it over to CNFTCon or NFTxLV this year, I will be stopping by Hawaii and spending some time there. What's the point of traveling 32 hours across the world and then not stopping halfway in Hawaii? All right, so this is this is really interesting actually. So Cardano with Paul, we were talking about Liquid Finance on his live stream last time, and this is a full degen play, I reckon. 90,000, almost $1 million worth of ADA, of Djed was minted, I should say, and then deposited into Liquid Finance. This is absolutely insane. So we'll go back to this one here. So Djed's seen a jump overnight with one person minting 900,000 to push the total Djed in circulation up to 4.2 million. Really good boost there. But to push the reserves down to 407%. So they minted to the limit, I think. So that's the Telegram notification. I should sign up for that Telegram bot. And then this is the reserve here. So we need more Shen now to actually mint more Djed. So they essentially maxed out the amount that they could mint. So maybe they could have minted more, I don't know. But then after minting that amount of Djed, which is absolutely insane, they go and then put it all into Liquid Finance, which is again absolutely insane. It's really cool for the Cardano DeFi to see that happen, but my God, that's a really interesting move. Now, I saw. After seeing that, I think I saw a little bit this morning at Liquid Finance actually mentioned that their APIs are down at the moment. They're probably fixed them by now. They're probably just a maintenance. Yeah, we go. Undergoing an update. So I'm assuming this is all back and working. Yep, back online. Okay. Only down for an hour. Great. So that's really good to see. But, you know, if I was providing that much liquidity and then I saw an announcement like this right after, I was like, oh, you know, API is down at the moment. I'll be freaking out. But, you know, it's all back and running and everything's all good now. So that's really cool to see. DeFi is definitely booming on Cardano. Now, this is back onto the NMKR space, and This is cool. More people are implementing this. So Saturn NFT, I think we're the first to implement it, and this is to create NFT collection, a full NFT collection on a web interface. So you can pull in assets here, and here that's an ARM asset. Let me zoom in a little bit. Again, you'll lose me for a bit, but then you can see the t-shirts being pulled in. And then you can set the dimensions of the NFT that's going to be produced. You can generate the different layers and everything around it. So they put in like the beard, the right arm, left arm, hair, body, background, and then generate the NFTs from that. And it's all integrated into their platform. So a really cool, quick, easy way to create a full NFT collection using their platform. So we've got this on Saturn NFT, we have it on JPEG Store, we have it on NMKR now as well. And NMKR really have encompassed everything that you need to create an NFT collection. So you can make a single one for a single artist. You can have this 10K NFT collection made easy. You have your NFT marketplace, everything that you need to build a collection and build something out. NMKR have taken care of, and I know they're going cross-chain. I know they're working on Milkomeda now too. That you can receive ETH tokens. You can pay in Solana as well. They're another project kicking goals. If you don't have, I shouldn't say that, but I'm definitely holding NMKR tokens for a reason. Now, I kind of said this a little bit earlier, but CNFTCon have finally rebranded. There were hints to this, or it wasn't really hints. Adam told me that they're rebranding. But they're going to change this all to NFTxLV. So we have this big conference over in New York, NFT.NYC. Now we're going to have NFTxLV. So what's going to be better? What's going to be more fun? Probably the Las Vegas one. So this is all going to be a big cross-chain event now. So it's going to have a lot more projects from different ecosystems, not just all on Cardano, but of course still very focused in the Cardano ecosystem. So we're going to have this one here, the NFTxLV. We have Rare Evo, again, another one that's gone cross-chain, multi-chain event. And then we have the Cardano Summit in Dubai, which is going to be very specific to Cardano itself. So 3 major events that we're going to see this year. I don't know where I'm going to be. Hopefully, if I could go to all of them, I definitely would, but I probably will only be able to go to one. I've been emailed from the foundation to help organize the Brisbane one here locally, again here in Australia. So if I do that, I won't be able to go to Dubai, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be quite interesting to see this event. I'm pretty excited about it. Fingers crossed something might happen and I somehow make it over there. Fingers crossed. Might see people in Hawaii. Gerowallet, these... Sean sent me this one over, and it's really good to see that this is in their wallet now. So this is the extra level of integration onto their wallet so that you can send assets, multiple assets all in one time. Let me just turn up the volume there a little bit. But now you can send assets simply by clicking on them and sending them all in one go. So if you had to send all of your assets or a bunch of assets to a different wallet, you can do so quickly and easily from that interface now. So they're adding more of that functionality in, and it's becoming a very, very good mobile wallet. Now, I also did a poll on my Twitter profile the other day around popular Cardano wallets. I will do one around the mobile wallet space. I'm not a big mobile wallet user, so I would love to learn from you guys what wallets you're using on your mobile phones. If you're in the live chat, what wallets are you all using on your mobiles? Love to find out. Absolutely love to find out. And I will do some more reviews and updates around mobile wallets. But if you want to find out more, they do have a Medium article here that talks all about it as well, how it all works, and how to actually start using Gerowallet too. So pretty cool, very nice wallet. Now going on the theme of wallets, this is a nice update from Nami wallet. Now, not Nami specifically, but Nami wallet is the light wallet that is also open source, created by Alessandro. It's one of the very first dApp connectors out in the Cardano ecosystem, and SundaySwap supported it. All the DEXs support it now. I am an avid Nami wallet user. It's light, fast weight, only presents me what I need. All those extra functionalities in Eternal that everyone loves is really, really cool. And I do use it from time to time, but my everyday wallet that I use is Nami Wallet. Lace could replace that, but Nami Wallet's very cool. And this contribution here from the BraveDogs NFT is amazing because it's open source. People can contribute to it. And this is just like a really small thing, and it's be able to change a password. But because it's open source, this is, I think it is the very first contribution to the repo and accepted in. So Nami, the only wallet where a community can make contributions and announcements on their own. Yeah, that's really good to see. That's what you want to see. So open source projects, community contributing to it. So a community driven wallet, absolutely amazing. Love Nami Wallet, keep it going. This is what I like to see. And this is the same approach that we use for Cardano Press. We want Cardano Press to be fully open source. It's a builder's tool out there. So any NFT project out there, any state pool operator can make contributions there, do their own pull requests and add in their own features if it benefits the entire community. So it's the same approach that we're taking. So just checking the comments in regards to wallets. So Pio said, Gero, so slick. I agree. I will be playing around with it more. Julian, Yoroi on mobile, it serves its purpose, but as soon as Lace Mobile drops, I'll most likely switch. I'd probably have to agree with that. I do have Yoroi installed on my mobile, but last time I opened it, it was not synced properly, and it took ages for it to sync. And I saw like my wallet balance go from 10 ADA to a million ADA and back and forth and all over the place. So it's terrible to watch. Sarnet Van Art, thank you for being here as well. You're using Kraken on mobile. I have not used that. I thought Kraken was an exchange. I didn't realize it was an actual wallet to hold Cardano assets as well. I'll look into that. I thought it's just an exchange, but if they allow Cardano native assets such as NFTs and what, that'd be quite interesting. I'm not sure if they do. But thanks guys for commenting there. It's always good to see and hear your feedback. All right, so continuing on the NFT space, I do like what these guys are doing here. And this is Spark Lab, and they're minting their NFTs at the moment. They're a little bit pricey, not many of them, 250 NFTs at 450 ADA each. And what is Spark Lab? Spark Lab is a library, a content library specifically designed for crypto and NFTs. So if you're wondering what's going on, they're creating lots of unique content in the NFT space, the crypto space, and it's all gated content via Spark, via their NFTs. So if you want to be a part of it, you need to get their NFT and you'll be able to access their content. Unfortunately, they're not using Cardano Press. So I did reach out to them, but they're doing some development work with the Wild Tangs, and Wild Tangs brought out a wallet connector library and all sorts of things. So you'll be able to access Spark Lab through that. So it's an interesting play. I like what they're doing, and I like Blake's contributions to the Cardano ecosystem too. Now, this one's interesting to see as well. This is all continuing on the NFT side of things, and Infinity Pools is just launching at the moment. I do know a couple of members of the team. They're all over there in Canada. So Sean behind Gerowallet, Vivek is a part of that voting application. Oh, I've forgotten its name. Voltaire, that's it, Voltaire, that voting app, and then a couple more people that I know on the team as well. But they're bringing out this platform called Infinity Pools, which brings in a whole bunch more utility to NFT projects. So if you want to have your NFT project stakeable, you can do so via their platform. If you want all these other little bits of utility, so connect, stake, and earn rewards, their platform allows you to do that also. If you have an NFT project that can't do any of that, if you don't have the developers for it, you can use their platform to do it. So it's coming soon. Their website is absolutely sleek. This animation, these illustrations, they would have spent a lot of time on this and gotten a really good illustrator for it. You can see the Gero thing there. You can see Charles. I don't know what the skull is, but they're all really cool. You can go down here, you can find out a little bit more about that platform. It's all coming soon. I will have an interview with these guys as well to find out a little bit more. Just checking back in the comments here. Sanet Van Art, I stand corrected. Yep, no problem. Kraken does not hold Cardano native assets. Good exchange though. Now, this one here, this is the talk of the town at the moment. Meld is, borrowing lending protocol, building on Cardano, using liquidity pools. So everything that AADA is moving towards, it's what Liquid Finance has basically developed, liquidity markets. Now, this is really interesting. So last week, they announced that they're having issues deploying on Cardano because they thought they found a vulnerability, and they're working with IOG at the moment to try and solve those issues. We spoke about this a little bit on a live stream with Cardano with Paul, and we don't know exactly what that is. So we will find out eventually once they announce it and give us more information. But guys, let me know what you think, what's going on in the comments. It's pretty interesting to see and hear all of this at the moment. But this announcement is huge. So Meld are delivering their own wallet. Cool. Meld are delivering their L1 blockchain. What? When? On May 3rd. So they're delivering a wallet, their own blockchain, and it's way off, where they originally started with, providing over-collateralized loans. So the multi-chain wallet will support BTC, Cardano, ETH, Avalanche, Meld, and Binance Smart Chain. Multi-chain bridge, Cardano, Meld, ETH, Avalanche, Binance, native ADA staking, NFT support, seamless onboarding with Web3 authentication. What does that mean? You could use your email address, a couple of clicks, create your wallet, no seed phrases, none of that jazz. So it makes onboarding of users a lot easier. Now they've got the Meld 1 L1, low gas fees, paid in Meld, a new product built on top of Meld L1, announced very soon. So this is very similar to for those that don't know, I work for a company called Blueshift. Blueshift is a portfolio-based decentralized exchange built on Milkomeda, C1, Milkomeda A1, Carver, and soon all these other chains as well. And they built a layer 0, which is underlying infrastructure that connects all those blockchains together using the Cosmos SDK. And Cosmos SDK powers Binance Smart Chain, as well as 70 or so other blockchains. So a huge amount of liquidity. And if anyone builds with the Cosmos SDK, such as World Mobile with their side chain, you can connect to all these other blockchains. It makes it really easy for interoperability. And Meld seem to have gone down that path as well. So it's really, really, really big that you can have start off in one ecosystem, but then spread to all these others and bring in liquidity from all different parts of it. I really do believe that the Web3 space will be interoperable. There will be a point where you'll be able to connect to an app, just use your email address, just as you can here with Meld, and interact with DeFi and not know what chain you're on. It is actually all on chain, but you don't know what it is. And that is going to be the way that Web3 is going to end up. Where I know at the moment we're all like, Cardano, Cardano, Cardano. That's the way it will be. That's the way it should be. But really in the future, there's a lot of development, a lot of money, and a lot of tech in all these other different chains. And, it's going to be a balancing act between all of them, I think. And of course, Cardano is going to be always in the top 10 and, maybe surpass Ethereum very soon. But right now, it's not the case. And to have this interoperability, to be able to move ETH assets over to Cardano, as you can right here via that bridge, and build up all these DeFi loans on Cardano is really key. That's what we really want to see. But of course, we don't know when that's going to happen or if it will happen at all. So it's a really interesting announcement. We will see this very soon on May 3rd, and I will be covering it definitely for sure. Meld have been a huge influence on my channel. Now, Indigo have announced that they are open sourcing their smart contracts. Well, they have. Here it is. It's open sourced, and you can get onto it, fork their project. A couple of people have started to fork the project at the moment. Not many, but people are looking into it. No, I don't need to watch it. But you can now create your own synthetic asset platform. You can pull all their code. There's still a lot of work you have to do. You still have to build the front end and all the interactions and the dApp connectors and everything around it. So, forking this is one thing. The rest of it still takes a lot of time. But you can now use their code and make your own synthetic asset ecosystem, collateralized debt positions. Now, if you look at Indigo, it's not a small part of the ecosystem. It's a massive chunk. It's half the value, half the TVL of MinSwap. 30 million here, almost 31 million in locked assets on Indigo, which is insane. And they now have all their code open sourced. I guess they say, oh, we've got market dominance now in CDPs. Let's let's just launch it. So we can see here at Djed, still there, still hanging in and increasing, but we've got dominance there in Indigo. So absolutely amazing. But, you know, this is contagious, the whole open source thing. And, you know, we're just talking about Meld just before, and they open sourced their entire library as well, of course. Can't be outdone by Indigo. So here we have all of their code. And, you know, this is, I really feel this was a comeback from all the negativity that they're getting from their previous announcement around, you know, going cross-chain and leeching all of the Cardano value out of our chain and moving it somewhere else. And, you know, it's, especially if they don't ever launch. But here it is. This is all their code. We can have a look a little bit deeper in here. There is a lot of code. Now, I know I mentioned with ADAHA back ages ago when they were collapsing, and they open source all their code, and I looked at it and said, oh, there's lots of commits here. There's you know, good code. And I was totally wrong. There was not good code. There was only boilerplate code and lots of code around their front-end interface, which is absolutely useless. This here is actually smart contract code. This is all their Haskell.hs. Error handling around it, the API endpoints to interact with it and everything else around it. Now that's just one part. That's the lending core. If you go down here, they've got a whole bunch of different parts here that all are part of it. And there is a lot of code in there. So there are a lot of tests, a lot of Oracle services, well, not a lot, but it's, you know, they have Oracle services built in. So they have a lot of code. 95% of this is Haskell, a little bit of Docker files in there. Docker's just to help deployments. And then everything is documented as well. There's comments from the community that said it could be better documented, but still there's a lot of code here. All right, so here, this is from Bison Coin. And, you know, he's been harping on about Meld for a little while. So if we just open up his Twitter account here, if we go through here, is, you know, saying all sorts of things. So I'm not going to get too deep into it. But if we just go back here, he's asking devs to look into it. And if we just pull up the comments here, we can see comments from various developers in the ecosystem and their thoughts and ideas behind it all. And it's not a small amount of code. Like here, you know, what's the big deal about, remember ADAHA made their code open source, you know, the big deal. But here we've got comments from actual Haskell developers and people in the ecosystem. So it seems that some of their code could be better documented, make it easier for future developers to understand. The comments that are currently in place could be expanded to cover more of the code and explain the reasoning behind certain design choices. So that's all well and good. It means that there is good Haskell development code in there. So it's definitely a good place. Now, one comment that I do like here, these are all the tokens that they're going to launch with. So, you know, we've got a little bit of a insight into before they actually launch. And also this here, this is from Matt. Matt, I respect in the Cardano ecosystem. He's a really good developer and contributes to the Cardano Foundation too. But, you know, he says, looks legit at first sight. So, you know, developers in the ecosystem that I respect, you know, when they have a look over things like that, you know, it's okay. It's okay. When will they launch on Cardano? I don't know. Thanks for your comment there, Leroy. What's it say? We see 68 trillion of global stranded assets the Indigo protocol can unlock and monetize. Very interesting. And you said here, instead of selling ADA, the option to borrow looks good on Cardano affiliates. Yeah, so to borrow assets, use your ADA as collateral and to borrow assets so then you can do something else with it. It's going from one protocol to another. So you have your ADA, which is staked, You earn your ADA staking rewards, but then you can use that on a borrowing lending protocol, borrow some USD, use that USD to buy another asset, use that asset to stake in a liquidity pool, earn ADA rewards off that, like on WingRiders, where you can earn up to 6 types of rewards. So it's, insane what you can do now in the DeFi space. But of course, if one of them collapses, it's like a house of cards, it will all fall apart. So highly risky, but it's very interesting what you can do. And Cardano's gotten to that point where you can do one thing after another and compound all these things up. Now, this is a public service announcement. Now, this is the point where I realized in my recording that I wasn't recording. I'm still recording. I'm still live, just gone over an hour. But if you're in the NuNet ecosystem and you were a part of their Earndrop, where you had to have 10,000 NuNet tokens, the NTX tokens, and delegate to one of their community stake pools, you have until April 30th to claim those tokens. So if they're putting out this announcement, it means people have not claimed their tokens. So from this time of this recording, you have roughly 10 days to claim those before you will not be able to claim them ever again. So if you are a part of the NuNet ecosystem, if you did stake your NTX tokens to a particular pool, such as I did as well, or you staked it to ADA our pool, claim your tokens before it's too late. Claim them now. Now, talking on NuNet, they do have their public alpha coming very soon, and they've added in extra wallet support, so you'll be able to use Eternal and Typhon wallets on their platform. So I'm pretty excited about seeing decentralized computing power and trying to use this to run a stake pool. So I'll probably use it to run a node, one of the relays, and see how it works. See if I can get computational power somewhere else in the world where I don't have a node at the moment, such as like in the middle of the South Pacific, somewhere in Hawaii or something like that. Hawaii seems to be a theme in this live stream, but to have that extra node to be part of the infrastructure and provide those hops around the world, be really cool. So I'd love to see that happen. So all you guys over there on the live stream listening in, watching right now, provide some computational power. Provide it so then I can use it to spin up a node over in Hawaii. Thanks for the comments, Leroy and Julian. It's a lot of work doing this here, but it's a lot of fun. All right, Milkomeda. I mentioned before, I should have put this all together, that they're doing some, I don't know what they're doing here. This is just a hint, but they're saying they have some real use case here in the LATAM. So this the Latin America region of Americas. So Africa, big key part, but don't forget about LATAM. And they've got some sort of supply chain thing going on with the products here. And they've got this QR code here. So Sebastian mentioned that QR code was cut on purpose. We know some of you get ahead of the news. So they have an announcement coming. This is the announcement of the announcement. So get excited, that kind of thing. But they've obviously worked with some sort of supply chain, farming, agriculture play here, and they're doing the whole supply chain tracking with the on Milkomeda. Really cool to see. The business development team must be working overdrive at the moment to get these kind of deals in place, or the GameFi, or this use case stuff. And this all falls back into Cardano as well eventually. Do they mention wrapped smart contracts here? No, they don't, but that's coming very soon. So if you don't know about wrapped smart contracts, soon with Milkomeda, well, actually now with Milkomeda, you have to use Flint Wallet or MetaMask to interact with Milkomeda chain. Soon you'll be able to use the wrapped smart contracts, which is a smart contract on the Cardano side, which talks to the Milkomeda side, which means you can use your Cardano native wallet. You can use Nami, Lace, Eternal, whatever, Typhon. Can't think of all the other 10 wallets in the ecosystem, but you'll be able to use those Cardano wallets, interact with the wrapped smart contract on the Cardano side, but that would trigger something on the Milkomeda side, such as a game, and then be able to interact with it that way. So really cool, really exciting stuff that they're doing. And I know the Blue Shift team, the decentralized exchange that I work for, are doing that. They're implementing the wrapped smart contracts as we speak. And as soon as that launches, we'll be able to interact with the DEX on Milkomeda from the Cardano side. Amazing, amazing. Milkomeda, wow. All right, This is an annual report from the Cardano Foundation, and they finally put something out to try and help with the communication of what on earth the Cardano Foundation are doing. So they have very key aspects that they need to work with, and their goals and mandates and everything around it. But they've put out their annual report here so you can get into it and learn about what they've done in 2022, what they're focused on and what they're trying to actually support, and then how that's going to influence and what they're going to do in 2023. Now, I actually did a full breakdown of this as well, so I can't pull it up because it's on another screen. But all of this is around more so infrastructure, core infrastructure, supporting the developers so that you can go and build things. So will they actually input something directly into a project itself? So like me as a project going to the Cardano Foundation, can I have some money? Probably not. But me as a project building tools for other projects to use, will they provide some money or support? Yeah, they probably do. And that's where they're supporting with Aiken, and actually I do have some other tabs here open, but I just can't pull it up on the screen, which is really annoying. But I can talk about it quickly. They've got the decentralized application backend, which they've been using. They've got Kopu, which they've contributed to as well. And of course, Aiken and other smart contract languages. But this is all operational side of things, very low level functional code to build on top of Cardano. So that's the core focus. I do have another video coming about it where I break down the annual report. So please subscribe, give me that thumbs up, likes, all that jazz. You'll be able to see that coming out very soon. Almost done. A few more tabs left, I promise. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the live stream. How many viewers have I got here? Yeah, your attention spans aren't good. I can see here most people have lasted only 10 minutes in the stream, but concurrent viewers 47, which is awesome. Rate 1 chat per minute, I think. So not massive, but you know, you guys are doing all right. This is a marathon of a news update. What am I up to? Brandon, welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Yam4, come on, give me some updates. I want to see the Yam4 testnet. I know it's delayed, but come on. Yam4, give me a yam. All right, I'm waiting for the yam. All right, here we go. Almost done, guys. So this is the farmers market. This is a little metaverse space that Veggiemates have built on FutureFest. So you'll see this on the 20th of April, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is a good time for me, actually. Sponsored by Cardano Spot. Cardano Spot is a Emurgo initiative. So technically, it's Emurgo helping out FutureFest and Veggiemates here. But look at this. Let me just zoom in. Thanks for the yam there. But look at this. What a great little virtual space. So if you have one of these FutureFest robots, you'll be able to interact with that. You can see all these other really cool projects that are part of it. I'm assuming it's a little mini music festival in there too. So pretty cool. I absolutely love what they're doing there. So absolutely brilliant. So it's really good to see. Oh, a little bit more there. Yeah, you got Goat Tribe in there, all sorts of different projects. Yep, can't wait for that. I will be checking that one out. Highly suggest that you guys check it out too. I would love to see FutureFest be the platform that the Cardano Foundation used this year for the Cardano Summit, because you know they've got all these assets already. They've got these assets, these things that they've built. It could make a really cool virtual space for the summit, and they do the live streaming, everything around it. You know, thousands of people can join at the same time simultaneously, and this will be a really good showcase of what their platform's available and what it can do, I should say. All right, rounding this up, this is the last little bit here, and this is an NFT artist that I found just recently, and I love these animations. This is let me just get this name right. It's on this next screen here. Squashularity. So that's the artist project, but there are indie artists creating these really beautiful animations, and there is a Twitter thread here from their account about how they actually made the animations, and that squid animation I thought was absolutely stunning. So I got to be able to find it here somewhere, right? This giraffe is pretty cool. I actually bought one of these frog ones. They're still selling at the moment for 45 ADA. So, you know, just a little bit of ADA for a beautiful animation. But I'm just trying to get this squid because they did the layers going through it and how it was all put together. Here we go. You see the amount of time and effort that it takes to do animation. I hate doing animation. I did it in university for a little bit. I did it with Flash, Adobe Flash. My God, that was painful. But you see here, you're doing the outline art, you're doing all the different layers, different parts of the animation, and then you have to get that all looping and looking really well. There it goes. Then you colorize all those layers and put all the effects in, and there you go. You end up with that. Lots of hard work there to build that little piece, and you know, I love it. It's you've got this one here. There's a few of them here. I think it's Keep On Swimming, Medusa, I think it was called. I can't remember what this one was called. Oh, there we go. And then the last one, the passenger. But then, of course, the frog came out as well. So really, really cool artwork. It's still selling on JPEG Store. Yeah, these ones are a little bit expensive now, but the frog there, 45 ADA if you're interested. Anyway, all right, that's it. That's all for the Cardano news updates this week. Again, if you are looking for the show notes, you can find it at learncardano.io. There is also an audio version of this. I won't be editing this one because it's going to take me too long. This is a full recording, 1 hour, 10 minutes. That's going to take me roughly two and a half hours to edit. So it's not going to be edited, especially after I completely stuffed up the beginning of this recording where I was recording for about an hour and did not press the record button. That's happening way too many times. So I may do these live more often so I don't have to do the edits. But again, thank you everyone for joining. Make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe, click that notification bell. I've got merchandise down there as well now, so you can buy a mug or something like that, anything around the Cardano Press ecosystem, or the Learn Cardano, get some stickers. It's pretty cool. I have the NFT mint coming up for the Cardano Press Wapus as well. They all help support the development around the Cardano Press ecosystem there and help other projects build really cool, nifty things in the ecosystem. Last but not least, there's also channel membership now. So if you have a look on, let me switch back to the slides here. If you go to YouTube and Learn Cardano, there is now a new unique channel area where you can get members only content. So this interview here, yeah, I actually can open it because I am the owner, close player. But this interview here, this is the one with Karan. So you may have seen the other one where I did a breakdown here. This is a breakdown. This is a very edited version of the interview. But this here is the raw interview with him. So it's a bit more of my regular style interview where I don't do the segments and add in extra things. So a little bit of experimenting on the channel, looking at ways to keep this sustainable and keep it going. Anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That just doesn't work on a live. Anyway, thank you for joining. I'll see you in the next stream.